Hey Virgo, thanks for dropping in with me. We're here to do your wild card read for this week and just see what energies are coming into play. This is a timeless read, so whenever the message finds you, it's applicable, all right? And we are looking at any significant Virgo placement, or if you have a prominent placement in that sixth house. Also, if you are Pisces rising, that makes you a Virgo descendant, and you may find resonance with this read. So welcome one and all, whether you're a Virgo or a cross watcher. Let's get into it and see what message Spirit has for you today. And we'll build a little story here. Ooh, your energy is looking a little off here. Something's got you kind of contemplating if you really want to head in a particular direction. I got that. I think you're taking a time out. Maybe you would have been really quick to jump the gun in a particular situation in the past, but I feel like there's just this moment of pause. Like, let me really take a look at this. Is this what I really want to do? I don't know. Let's check it out, Virgo. You could also be dealing with another earth sign energy, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be dealing with somebody who has you a little bit perplexed in this situation. Maybe that's why you're taking a time out. You're getting another look at something. I got that, okay? So let's get some more details here. What is coming in here for Virgo? Ooh, that was a flyer. Oh, this has something to do with really wondering if you should let a tower fall, okay? You thought you were going to let something go, but you're having a different look at it. Is there a different way that this can move forward? This is kind of what's coming in here. Tell me about this tower spirit. We're getting a baseline energy, and then we're going to pull out my shadow light wild cards here and get into some more details, okay? There's somebody that doesn't want this tower to fall. I see that. It's a little bit of a messy situation, I have to tell you, okay? We got some cards that fell down here on the ground, so let's see what we got. Oh, yes, I mean, something had come to an end here for sure. Something was tossed aside. I see that with the Ten of Swords to the King of Swords here, right? And there has been a decision to move away from troubles, right? To move away from this time period, okay? This is something that went down in the past. It caused a lot of disruption. I think whatever happened here was brutal. I have to just lay it on the line. It looks like there was a lot of backstabbing in this situation. There's a real sense of betrayal. I think you moved on from this, but moving on from it, it like left its mark. You know what I'm saying? It's still with you. It's still with you. You're not totally over this yet. You may be just now starting to realize how much this experience rocked you. And so you're kind of like, you know what? Before I just jump in and accept this offer, because I feel like you're being presented some kind of offer, some kind of opportunity, you're not so sure if you should just jump right into it. There's like a little bit of a moment of pause here, I feel, and you may be sort of like playing both ends to the middle. I got that. You might be playing both ends to the middle. You don't necessarily want to give up either opportunity. You might have two opportunities you're trying to decide between here. I do feel that there's somebody that's coming back around, and it's a little bit challenging here because you've dealt with this character before, all right? And I think there was something that ended quite bitter here, all right? And you need to really get a clear view of this situation. Do you truly want to transform this, all right? Because there's already been a tower that fell in this situation, but somebody, 4:44 on the clock, somebody's not willing to accept that. That's what I got. Okay, I'm going to do a cut of the deck here, and then we're going to dive more into this. In particular, I want to look at this King of Swords character. This could be an ex. This could also be somebody that you really had to put aside your emotions with. You had to just think really logically about the situation. You may have cut yourself off from these feelings, and now you're all of a sudden dealing with the feelings of what happened back there. This could even be in relation, for some, in relation to finances, you know. And in fact, there might be some kind of legalities that you're sorting through in relation to finances. You're trying to avert a disaster. You're trying to avert a disaster as far as your stability is concerned. You know you're kind of on shaky ground in a situation that's coming in. Yeah, but for a lot of you, this is in relation to love. But I still feel that place of focus does come in too. The stability, the finances, trying to avert a disaster, all right? So there's something here. Somebody's wanting to restart things here, I feel, and I feel it's somebody you've dealt with before, all right? They're hoping for a fresh start. This person could have a strong Aquarius placement in their chart. We do have that King of Swords here. It could be any air sign energy as well, Gemini, Libra included in that mix, but very strong Aquarius indications, which could also indicate a Leo rising, all right? So that would make them an Aquarius descendant. So somebody's hoping that there can be healing here in a situation that looks like it was pretty brutal, okay? This is not like, oh, you know, we just realized we weren't a fit. No, something really intense happened here, okay? And you're really wondering, should I take this opportunity? I just have to see what's behind the Two of Cups. Yes, this is somebody coming forward to express their feelings, very strong feelings too. In some cases, this can even be a declaration of love, and it kind of catches you by surprise. It catches you by surprise, okay? And I do have to bring this piece in because it is coming in here. There could be somebody who is trying to avert some kind of disaster in regard to some kind of financial arrangement, all right? They're in the dark about how to move something forward so they can, you know, really be stabilized financially. I got that with the moon coming in with the Eight of Pentacles here, right? There's like trying to navigate something here, wanting to see success, wanting to see some kind of uptick in finances to avert a disaster. I got that very strongly, you know, 8 on the clock. But there's a lot of worry about this. How do I get this to work? How do I get this to be successful? Okay. And I feel like both of these situations, they're interlinked. Okay. They're not separate matters. They do factor into each other. All right, so let's get some more details here. I want to find out, we got Pisces energy, Cancer energy coming in there with the moon. Okay. We also have Scorpio energy, Aries energy in relation to that tower. Okay, so let's check it out right here. We've got some important news coming in. Could be from a Sagittarius. Page of Wands energy, also fire sign energy, but it's kind of quintessential Sagittarius card. And right behind that, we have a Page of Swords and communication here. So I feel like somebody's had their eye on a particular situation and they want to kind of like turn a situation around. They know there's been a lot of betrayal in this situation. They may feel like you're really blocked to it, and they know that they're going to have to come forward with some truth and to illuminate something here. Yeah, I mean, this could be in association with the Leo too, I have to say. Let me just show you what I got coming in here. Okay, we've got the Page of Wands. So Page of Wands coming into the Page of Swords. Somebody's been keeping their eye on a situation. They got a certain strategy they want to put in place in this situation. Okay, there's definitely going to be communication coming in from this quarter. They want to illuminate you about a certain situation. They feel like, you know, there's a way to turn this around, but they know that truth needs to come on the scene very strongly here in this situation with the Four of Cups coming in with the Ace of Swords. And they know it will be required in order to turn around what seems like a pretty like foul play kind of situation. There's trickery here, I have to say, with the Five of Swords. There's also betrayal and somebody willing to play dirty. I feel like you blocked this situation because you're like, I don't want any part of this. I don't know who to trust in this situation. It doesn't feel right. They know you're very much in this position here with the Queen of Swords. This could be in relation to an ex, somebody you've dealt with before. Again, strong air sign energy coming in, Libra coming in very strongly here, but also Gemini and Aquarius came in very strongly. All right. This person's going to demand the truth in this situation. I see that this Queen of Swords won't accept anything less than the truth in this situation. You could have a strong air sign placement in your chart. And this is definitely two that used to be connected in some way. All right. It could potentially be you were connected on a business level. This could be a business partner situation. I would see it being more partnering around something where, you know, there was also some kind of creative element, all right? Or it could be you worked in some kind of healing capacity, like maybe you had a holistic healthcare center, or, you know, you shared space in some kind of healing collective or some kind of work like that, or even work together, you know, in the medical field, something along those lines, all right? But there's been something here that, you know, it went south, and it was because somebody wasn't being fair in this situation, all right? For most of you, this is in relation to an ex, though, and there's a lot of confusion and really trying to decide, do I go back this way again? And maybe your finances got really screwed up in this situation, and you're not wanting to be in that position again. I feel that could be factoring really strongly here. There is some kind of happiness that is desired to come in here. Again, strong Leo indications, but I have to say, in order for this opportunity to be taken, there's a lot that needs to be revealed, first of all. There may be something that needs to be revealed around a child, too, potentially a love child, or potentially involving a Leo, okay? Something needs to be really illuminated in this situation, worked through, discussed, but we do see there is some kind of new offer being put on the table, and it is to renew things. Somebody is wanting a revival here, okay? I really feel this is more coming through in matters of the heart, I have to say. It feels like a romantic relationship. It could be partnering on some kind of business venture, but if it is partnering with a business, you know, on a business venture, or, you know, accepting a certain job, what makes it complicated is the fact that it's somehow connected to somebody you used to be romantically involved with. And this is kind of like the sort of fly in the ointment in this situation. All right. I do feel like matters will come to a head in this situation in the summertime, maybe especially by Leo season, with those indications coming in. I think you'll see this potential, you know, and really recognize it for what it is, an offer of love to restart things by summertime. But I think right now you're staying more in your independent energy. I feel that, like, you're not making any firm decisions. I think you've kind of put this on hold. Maybe somebody's waiting for your decision. Are you going to accept this cup of love or not? Are you going to accept this offer or not? But it's sort of like you're really weighing up what you've already been through, and you're not wanting to make a mistake. It's sort of like, I've already been through disaster once. Okay. I can't have a second one back to back. That's what I feel like it is. Like, I really need to make sure that I'm moving in the right direction, because I'm only now getting myself into a strong position, just as far as my confidence, you know, where I'm at mentally, emotionally, where I'm at on my path, you know, what I'm developing for myself financially, how I'm really stepping into my own. I feel like a lot of you are really stepping into your own after a time when maybe that sense of self was really rocked hard or something. So you're not wanting to just like jump the gun in this situation. I feel that. Yeah, you're like, hold up, wait a minute, man. I need to put this on hold. We got strong Pisces indications coming in here. Okay, another Pisces indication that this is something that you're dealing with where you're closing a very significant karmic cycle. You also could be dealing with, you know, some deception in this situation, precisely around the area of hidden enemies, like frenemies kind of situations that are kind of complicating arrangements here, because you're just not sure if you should let your guard down with somebody. You dealt with that in the past, and there's your energy. See, You're taking a pause here. You're really strongly considering this situation before you say yes on it. You're looking at it. I see an offer coming through. It is an offer to start again. It is an offer to build something, okay? It may be really looking at a commitment. Do I want to renew this commitment? You know, maybe your commitment went through some really brutal, hard times and you're not sure if you should renew it or not. You haven't made a firm decision. This could also be in the case of getting into some kind of financial arrangement or some kind of project, some kind of business venture with somebody you used to be involved with romantically. I feel that, okay? Or there's an ex on the scene at this job opportunity that makes you kind of like second guess whether you should take it or not, okay? It's got that kind of vibe to it. This could be somebody who used to be really like a player. Maybe they had a problem with cheating. They couldn't keep it in their pants, you know, or they had too many casual hookups, or they were non-committal, you know, and they wanted to stay that way. This is somebody coming around saying, I changed my mind, you know, I want to invest in this. And you kind of going, I need to think about it. And there could be a Pisces in regard to this that has you really sort of like going, I need to think about this. Yeah, okay. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, man. You could also be dealing with another earth sign energy. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could be dealing with a Virgo, okay? You could be dealing with a Capricorn, all right? It is possible. We got pretty much everybody on the board for water sign energy predominantly. Cancer and Pisces, very strong Pisces, okay? For air, really strong Libra. For fire, really strong, also strong Aquarius, okay? For fire, strong Leo. Leo rising, okay? Aquarius, yeah, strong Sagittarius markers too, okay? These are kind of all the characters we got here. And Earth came out quite a bit, okay? And we do have very strong both Libra and Taurus indications here, okay? Coming in as well. So this could be like an Empress to Emperor kind of situation here. And I do see somebody here is in pre-Empress, pre-Emperor energy, okay? You could feel like this is you, Virgo. You're like, I'm just getting to the place where I'm starting to really lay down the foundation for my empire. Like I finally feel really strong in my sense of independence. I'm feeling really strong within myself. My confidence is coming back. I'm starting to feel like good about myself again. I'm taking care of my health, you know. I've been investing in what I'm developing for myself. It's growing. I'm seeing returns financially. Like I feel pretty freaking good right now. And I feel like it's right as you're feeling really good. Here comes, you know, this offer with somebody that you feel is a soulmate. And so it takes you back. It takes you back a little bit because you're like, I don't know. Should I invest in this? I remember what happened last time. It was very disillusioning, you know. It led me down a garden path. I ended up feeling totally confused, you know. It ended up being a mirage. It's not what it was promised to be. Here comes that couple love again. Is it the same thing I dealt with last time? I don't know. And right on the other side of that, what do we got? We got the Emperor. Okay, so Emperor to Empress, all right, I was right about that. Emperor to Empress. So let's just put these on the table here. Let's put Emperor to Empress out on the table. Let's put Queen of Swords to King of Swords out on the table. I want to get some details about each of these characters here, all right? Let's get the details, and I'm going to go ahead and put your energy there too, get some more details on this Queen of Pentacles energy, all right? We're not going to look at the pages really because pages are like, you know, that's just an indication of the news coming in and from what quarter it could be coming in from, sure. But let's just stick with this, okay? Let's stick with this to dig a little deeper. At the baseline of the energy, we know that something came to an end here. We do have death. Scorpio energy came in pretty strong. In this regard to death, and we know what it led to, okay? Somebody potentially got ghosted in this situation. Someone got left, you know, hung out to dry in this situation. Somebody was taken to the cleaners, you know. They lost all their money in this situation. Okay, something really heads south here. If you got some kind of business arrangement with this person, or if money was connected, like you really got to learn what it's like to have somebody hold, finances over your head. All right, so you're being very careful about how you're moving at this point. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's look at each of these characters and see what's going on here. All right. I have a feeling that the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, they're the Empress and the Emperor, right? Same with this Queen of Pentacles energy. But just for the sake of it, these court cards do represent different aspects, of people, different characters involved. So let's just look at it as if they are. It could be two separate couple, kind of situations going on here. And then there could be like this wild card in the mix, like one rogue person off to the side. And that rogue person could be you. I have to tell you, 21, 22 on the clock. Kind of three's the crowd. There's two sets of couples here, and then there's you like off to the side. And maybe, maybe you're the wild card element in the mix. That's just coming in. All right, let's check it out. Tell me about this King of Swords here for Virgo. Tell me about this King of Swords for Virgo. What's going on with this King of Swords in Virgo's situation? Spirit. What's going on with this King of Swords in Virgo's situation, Spirit? What's up with this King of Swords? I just heard, I want answers, and I got answers. Okay, so this is somebody who feels like you owe them some answers too. Maybe they got some questions. Oh yeah, they got some questions. They want to know. Look, I've been waiting for this to come in. Like, where are you? How come you're not like showing up here? I'm ready. Are you ready? 22 on the clock. Like, this person feels like they've been waiting a long time for you to come around, okay? And they feel like you're still just so totally blocked here. Like, you really got your guard up against this person. That's how they're perceiving you. They feel like you're blocking this advance. They're full on ready. Their passion's in it, man. This person, is good to go. They could have a lot of fire in their chart, right, with this Jack of Clubs here. I also feel they got a lot of passion here. They may have been restraining this passion to a certain extent. We got a Queen of Spades here coming up in the light, okay? So they feel like, hey, we're a match. What's the problem here? But we got the Six of Hearts in the shadow. So they think that, they think that the Queen of Spades is, sort of like not believing that it's truly a pair, okay? So if you represent yourself as a queen, all right, I feel like they're thinking that you're just not receptive to it. Like you think they're a liar, that they're a false, they're a false soulmate. Like this person just ran me through the ringer. But they're really feeling like, no, we had some rough stuff go down there, but I got some answers for you where you have questions, right? And we can clean this up, and it's worth it, all right? I mean, I feel like their intentions are true. They are, but you're very much in this independent energy, Virgo, where you're like, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm just starting to get back my strength, and I think you see that. And I think you want to sabotage that. You like it when I'm in the weaker position here. I don't want to put myself back in that position again. And yeah, I feel it too, 24, 22 on the clock. But I also know that having my own security is really important. And if I don't, that's going to get held over my head. I mean, I see that coming in very strongly there. Yeah, I mean, you see that this could go, south real fast in terms of a love offer. You feel like you'll get stuck in an old cycle you don't want to be in. I mean, somebody in this situation really feels like this is a tie that binds. This is a tie that binds. And it took a lot. It took a lot to pull away from this connection. All right, give me some more details about this. That's just the baseline, man. Okay. What came out there? Nine of Clubs and the like. Yeah, I mean, there's this feeling that it's just going to be the same thing all over again. I finally got to the other side of it. Now you're around. Like, where were you back there? I think it's kind of like the feeling that's coming through, yet not wanting drama, just totally not into it. Interesting. Okay, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on. But what is the truth? What is the truth? I mean, I see a lot of the communication about, you know, the person receiving this offer having up a lot of cards, but what is the truth about this King of Swords here? Strong Aquarius energy, or Leo rising on that King of Swords, okay? But it could also be any air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's also representing the Emperor. It could be a Taurus. It could be an Aries. Could also be another Virgo or a Capricorn like you. Okay, what's the true intentions though of this character here, this King of Swords? Okay, just had this, you know, shadow card fly over and land on top of the Empress. All right, so what do we see here? I mean, they you know, they want to get it in. This person wants to get it in. Yeah, they're like, come on, we can work it out. They want to get it in. I have to tell you, they want to get it in. But if you're looking for some, like, you know, happy ending to this story, there'll be a happy ending. It just won't be the kind of happy ending you're anticipating. Two of Spades, man, in the shadows. See, I think you already kind of like know this. You already kind of like know this. Okay, I'm going to bring all of these cards back in and reintegrate them in the deck as we go to look at this Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think you think that they're just out for, you know, a hookup, you know? And I mean, pick what side you're on in this scenario, you know? If you're, you know, the king in this scenario, you may just be wanting a hookup if you're really honest with yourself. And this may be why you're kind of like tempering and sort of like holding back, because you recognize it can create a lot of drama. It can cause a lot of mess in your life. And you just got to the other side where you're feeling really good and balanced. So like, do I want to enter back into that fray again? Do I? I mean, yeah, the hookup sounds good, but do I really want everything that comes with it? Okay, 28 on the clock. I mean, you ended a cycle here. I think you're being very intelligent about how you like kind of create your future moving forward here. So you're taking some time to really consider this. Tell me about the Queen of Swords here. Woo. Okay, with that. Oh, well, the Queen of Swords just threw the Queen of Diamonds in the shadow to the side. So it sounds like it's interesting. Maybe this Queen of Swords feels like you're kind of the, you know, you're kind of the rogue one here. You're the odd one out. Maybe this is this person's partner. It's possible, you know. This person could already be with somebody and they feel like you're causing problems in their relationship. That's possible, I have to say. I could also say this is somebody who found the commitment very confining. They didn't feel valued in this commitment. They didn't feel like it was an even give and take. And they really were like, I don't want this. I don't want this commitment. This is not what commitment looks like to me. Okay. I don't feel like we're on an even keel here. I want to hold out for that Empress to Emperor kind of energy, and this ain't it. All right. I don't feel valued is the main thing that's coming through there. Okay. In some way. And if this was doing business together, like they felt like they did all the work and they didn't get what they were supposed to get in return. Okay. I feel like it applies both ways. In some cases, the commitment felt like work, you know, it felt like a job, like an obligation. It's like, where is the love and the romance? And in some cases, they were dealing with a person. Yeah, look, there's nothing to discover here. You know, I learned my lesson. I don't want to play. I feel like that's what's coming through very strongly in this situation. Yeah, in regard to trying to turn it around, like somebody is really like, I don't know if I want to turn this around, you know? Yeah, and I see with this Ace of Diamonds put on the table, this offer that's being considered here, they're like, this just doesn't look like what I was hoping for. And I definitely do not want to, you know, hop into bed. I'm not into having the makeup sex. Like, I don't want to put myself out there like that again, because I know what'll happen. I know what'll happen, you know, there's an illumination here. Somebody is like actively restraining themselves from acting impetuously, even though they may want to, even though they may desire that, even though they would love it if things could just go back to being the way they were before. They feel like, I don't know. And then for a few, I have to say, it is coming in this way. For a few, you are the one that is like on the outside of this relationship equation, and you're wanting an in, and you're seen as being a disruptive force or kind of coming in between two people. That's not for everybody, but I have to bring it in because it is factoring into the situation a bit here. Tell me about this Queen of Swords and their true intentions in this situation with Virgo. I don't want any conflict. I don't want any drama. That's what Queen of Swords is saying. I am not competing for nobody. So I do feel like there's a situation here where there has been some kind of like stepping out in a relationship, or where somebody felt like they were put in a competitive situation and that's not what they wanted. It's not what they desired. Okay. They have no desire to head in that direction at all. Any more details about this? I mean, everything is coming out shadow from this Queen of Swords. Yeah, what is this? Yeah, no. It's like completely not interested. Four of Hearts in the shadow. They feel like it's a really unhealthy dynamic. You know, they feel like it's codependent. It's a game, you know, it runs hot, it runs cold, it's inconsistent. There's drama around it. You know, somebody hears it looks like they're not interested. They're shut down. I mean, they're waiting for something else to come in with the Three of Clubs, I have to say. All right, let's get these cards integrated, and then let's check out what's going on here with this Queen of Pentacles. I don't know. It's really interesting because I almost feel like these might be some outside people of this connection, this Empress to Emperor. It's really interesting, like people kind of hovering around the periphery here, I have to say. And I'm not so sold yet if this Queen of Pentacles is you, Virgo. I'm not so sold yet, but let's find out, okay? You may be playing different aspects of both of these. It might just be showing, I have to say, Virgo, that you're more operating out of rationality right now and practicality than you are your emotions. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I feel like emotionally, you're kind of more guarded right now. Emotionally, and as far as the passions are concerned, you're being a little bit guarded. You could have been dealing with a multiple party dynamic that's been super confusing. Could be two couples too involved in this situation, and then maybe some side pieces, I have to say, that have been making things really complicated, or it could have been a really sort of like messy social or family dynamic. This has been coming up a lot for the collective, I have to say, quite frequently. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles, please. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. What is this Queen of Pentacles role? Help kind of define things a little bit. Well, this Queen of Pentacles is the one who's wanting to turn something around here. Okay, we got the Ace of Spades coming up, and it is in reverse. They're hoping to turn around something in matters of the hearts with somebody who really like ignited their fire. Okay, could be fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you know, but at the same time, they recognize that, you know, this might not be the healthiest thing. I have to say, with the Queen of Clubs coming up in the shadow, They recognize that this is kind of like going back to the very thing that like tore them down, tore them apart. You know, you already walked away from this. It's like, do I go back and do this again? You know, and you may feel like this person, all they care about is superficial stuff. All they care about is money. All they care about is how somebody looks. All they care about is status or what somebody has. You know that like going back in this direction, it's like a gilded cage, and you know it's not going to give you what you're looking for here with the 3 of clubs in the shadow. In fact, it's going to unravel all the healing you've done. And if you think that this person's going to suddenly be loyal to you and there's not going to be this third party element into play, or, you know, nonsense. Nonsense. This person will be doing the same old thing. And if you think it's going to be different, you know, you're going to just find that you're going to get worked again. And you'll have to put the blocks in place regardless. I have to say, the 2 of spades in the shadow. And so I really do feel like this is you, and this is your struggle. You are the Queen of Pentacles in this situation, all right? And that applies even if you're, you know, even if you feel like, well, I'm a man, I'm not a queen, I'm a king. No, this is emotionally like where you're at. That's what that queen energy is representing. You know, this is where you're at emotionally. Yeah. Would you like to hit it? Yeah, you would. You know, you'd like to hit it. You feel passion for this person. You probably had really good, you know, sex with this person. I think you had a lot of chemistry in the bedroom, you know. And if you never took it that level, you desired it. I think on the surface, it looked real good. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was a good look. You look good together, you know. And in some cases, I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, you were good for business. Like the 2 of you together, dynamic duo. It was like quite the presentation, okay? You know, some of you may even be looking at it that way. It's a good look, but you know, it's a tie that binds. You know how it'll end, you know? You know how it'll end. So this is sort of like, I see you're in the process of becoming that empress or that emperor. And so you're starting to really weigh up your choices a little bit more, because you don't want to put yourself in the same position you were last time. You know, you may have thought last time, like, it's not fair. I got all this stuff coming at me, you know, and I'm always like having to fight off, you know, one reversal after another. But you recognized at some point, you took accountability and said, yeah, but I'm in that position because I keep putting myself in that position where it could even be possible. Yeah, I mean, you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. And I also feel like you've been doing a lot of work, you know. Your work is an area where you're finally seeing forward progression, and you're not wanting to go back to that place where you feel like stuck and like you don't have options. You're never going to be put in a position again where you even for a moment consider yourself a victim of a particular story. And I do feel like you've been there before, okay? But you rose above it with the 6 of clubs. You're about to have a real huge moment of success here. And it's totally based on all of this work that you've done. But I feel like you're being tempted by somebody that you have quite a weakness for. You do. You do. And with this person, you like to tell yourself a lot of stories about how it'll change or how it'll be different, or the way it's going to turn out like as you always dreamed or envisioned. But you know that this particular character, like, you both bring out like something not so good in each other. And so I think you're very smart. Okay, I do. I feel like you're very smart to take your time. Now, it's interesting though, because we do have Empress and Emperor here, and I believe this is speaking to both of you. I do. I think it's speaking to both of you, and both of you doing your own independent healing work. So I feel like, though there may be a lot of challenges in this connection, at the same time, you're both growing quite a bit. Right? It's an interesting dynamic here. Yeah, you're both growing quite a bit. I think you both recognize how unhealthy a situation has been. All right. And I think you've both done your own share of dirties in this situation. I have to say, you know, whether you think you have or not, there may have been certain ways that you kind of kept your options open. That wasn't really being fully in and invested in a commitment. I think both people have been disappointed in this situation. I think both people have, you know, at one time or another played games on a certain level. I think that this was recognized. I think, you know, you started to pull out of these kind of dynamics. You recognized what maybe soured the situation, you know, and there was also a certain sense of like not willing to really look at what was really going on in the situation either. Okay. But I do feel like communication is opening up here and there is a way forward. All right. There is. And I do have to say this. I'm going to just bring it in for the sake of bringing it in. It's pretty rare to find somebody who's willing to like stick it out and work through stuff like this and bring consciousness in around it. So I just want to speak to that. All right. Because a lot of times people have like fantasy ideas about what relationships are about. But I mean, these are two people who are obviously actively engaged in doing a lot of personal healing work. And it looks like some offer is being put on the table to recommit, but there's not the standard response, which I think is good. And maybe this is what's actually creating an opportunity where a particular situation can go Emperor to Empress, right? I don't know. Let's see. Tell me about this Empress, please. Taurus energy, Libra energy. It's also the energy that really represents like the mother or somebody who's very, very much in an active creative phase in their life, birthing new beginnings. Okay, I do feel like this is you, Virgo. I feel like you are birthing a lot of beginnings in your life. There's a lot of growth you've achieved. There's a lot that's growing here. I mean, it's the same for the Emperor over there too, okay? And interesting the way the Emperor wanted to insert themselves as we're talking about the Empress. All that. You'll get your turn, right? I think this is kind of a problem here. I think this is sort of the root of the issue for the Empress, you know, is not allowed to lead in her own right. This is what's interesting, you know, Empress, Emperor, they got to be able to meet eye to eye. There can't be one over the other. It just doesn't work like that. These are two empowered people trying to figure out how do you make it work? How do you hold power? How do you share power? Well, there is the opportunity to discover, do some learning, maybe play with the idea a little bit, okay? Maybe don't take it so seriously. This doesn't have to be an end-all, be-all, all right? You know how the imbalance in power, you know, didn't serve you in the past, caused problems, all right? It also led you to a place in yourself where, you know, you stopped playing fair in matters of the heart too. And there may have even been times when you were a little bit emotionally manipulative or you knew exactly what buttons to push in that situation, right? You've taken accountability, though. I see it with the Six of Spades in reverse, you know, in the shadow, you know. You can't go back to that kind of dynamic, all right? And this could be around a King of Clubs, okay? Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? So give me some more details about this Empress energy. Give me some more details about this Empress energy. I believe this is what you're stepping into, okay? I kind of like that it came out like this. I like that it came out like this because it gives a good view, you know, for kind of both sides of the equation. Yeah, Five of Diamonds, you know, in the shadow. Okay, so somebody still feels like in this situation that they really need to build more stability for themselves. They still feel like they haven't fully recovered on that level, this Empress energy, you know. This Empress energy is really not wanting to be put in a position where they abandon themselves again, you know, or they leave themselves in a lurch because they don't have a strong enough foundation for themselves. They don't want to rely on another for this at all, okay? So yeah, with that, here comes the light card that just crossed over there and one in my lap. Yeah, look at this. Eight of Hearts coming up in the light. And this card came up, this other one came crossing, okay? This is crossing both that King of Swords, Queen of Swords. So I feel like this is going to really highlight, you know, sort of the meat of this matter. Yeah. I don't want fighting. I don't want conflict. I don't want drama. Somebody really, this Empress has a very strong association to this person being connected with drama, conflict, fights, arguments, messy. And they're really not wanting this. They're very firm about this. Like, I'm never dealing with that ever again. Okay? Ever again. I think that there's a process of recognizing, you know, certain traits, certain behaviors, certain ways that they also played a role in that, okay, that's coming through. But they're not quite there yet, okay? Cut of the deck energy here. What do we got? We got the 3 of Spades in reverse in the light. But I don't think they're totally closed to having a conversation about it. I just don't see this person turning anything around overnight. I don't see this person turning anything around overnight. No. Okay, with the 5 of Hearts in reverse, they're open to turning around a disappointment or looking at new ways to move something forward. But, you know, inappropriate timing when it feels right. This person's not going to be rushed. They're not going to be rushed because they know, you know, that right now they're too close to hitting some real point of like personal empowerment, success, point of arrival in their life. And they're not going to turn around now and get distracted by this and block off everything they've been working toward. Nope, because they're going to defend that to the end. I see that very strongly. Like somebody almost views the advance at this particular point, I have to say, as like sabotage. Yep. Yep. They view it as sabotage. They're like, it's just about to move forward for me, and now you're coming around. Hold up. Wait a minute. That's what I got. They view it as sabotage. Okay, so if this person's open to talk, I see that, you know, and to take things slow and measure things out. But this person's not at a place where they're ready to like dive into something. I see that this is probably somebody who's also choosing to restrain their passions. They're choosing, they might be celibate, okay? They might be, you know, willing to explore the connection, but without, you know, sealing the deal in the bedroom. I got that. I mean, that's how it's coming in. Somebody's wanting to really like move about this in a certain way. And I think it might be their own way of having a litmus test for the connection too, all right? Tell me about this Emperor for Virgo. Tell me about this Emperor for Virgo, please. Aries, Taurus energy. Any strong, you know, masculine figure. Somebody who's like the baby's daddy in this situation, okay? Could also be, you know, if you're in a marriage and you're dealing with challenges, you know, maybe you've almost thrown in the towel, or you're in a serious commitment, you're living with each other, you know, it's like head of the household kind of vibes. Strong masculine figure, Emperor energy. Tell Virgo about this Emperor energy. You may identify as the Emperor. You're either going to identify as moving on up into your Empress or Emperor in this situation, and that'll determine, you know, what side you're on here in this storyline, all right? That's how it's coming through. 10 of Clubs in the shadow. Okay, this person's just really feeling in the dark and feeling very burdened about the way things went down, all right? This is definitely around this relationship, okay? Queen of Diamonds, like you're really wanting to figure out how can we make this work? You know, you may even be wondering, like, why did it end? You know, there's a lot that feels like it's hidden from you, a lot you don't understand about this situation. You don't understand how come the energy you poured into this connection, the growth you poured into this connection, why it never amounted to anything, okay? You just don't get it. Like you thought for sure it was going to move forward, and then it just hit this stall out point. I feel that's because the communication around this Emperor energy is coming through. There's something you do need to discover here. There's something you need to learn here. And yeah, it's about some play. It's about some funny business. It's about some stuff that, you know, happened back there. I do feel like somebody wants to express the truth. They feel like it'll relieve them, you know? I feel like this Emperor does have a lot they need to communicate, and they're going to feel a lot better when they do. And in fact, this person may have been very pressurized, and the reason why they were so pressurized is they've held everything in that they've been feeling for too long, and they just need to get it off their chest. They need to get it out. And once they get it out, it's like everybody's put in the light, and then things can kind of move forward from there. So give me some more details about this Emperor energy for Virgo. More details about this Emperor energy for Virgo, please. What does Virgo need to know about this Emperor energy? Again, I love it. It went right over the King of Swords, Queen of Swords, as crossing influence in the light. Also top card from the White Light Oracle there. So we'll take that. Oh, what do we got down here? Ooh. Okay, interesting. So we got the King of Spades in the shadow here, okay? To the 3 of clubs in the light, okay? What do we got here? What's this crossing? 3 of hearts. Yeah, you know, this person understands, all right? They understand that they were pretty harsh back there. They do. This person probably has a temper. And the way they use the words can be really cutting. They recognize that they blurted some things out too fast. You know, they didn't really think about what they were saying. And they know that they created a lot of hurt, a lot of injury, and they want to address that. And that's why this is coming back around, okay? Now, let's check it out. Let's check it out, all right? They understand that that's what caused some problems. I want to do a cut of the deck, and then we're going to get this as like an overarching theme since it marked itself with that White Light Oracle top card there. Let's do a cut at the deck. And what do we got? Oh, a shadow influence here. It's really interesting because both of the people in this situation are saying they really don't want to deal with any competitive vibes, and they don't want to deal with any drama in this situation. And both people in this situation feel that the other brings this. What do we got here? Yeah, both are very clear. Look, I don't want to be, you know, fending off any more BS in this situation. 9 of clubs in the light. And, you know, and there's the fire again, fire sign energy coming through very strongly in this read. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I mean, we have 2 highly independent people here, highly passionate people, very strong-willed people, at times argumentative people here, who both want to be able to hold their own power in their own right. And they've come together with somebody who's truly their match. And yet they've never been in that scenario before, so they don't know how to share power. That's what I really got, okay? They don't know how to do it. It's like, I'm used to always being the one who's like top dog. I'm not used to dealing with somebody who can match my fire. And that's what you got here, and that's what's causing the problem. Oh, look, there's a lot. Oh my God, there's love. There's a lot of love here, though. That's great, man. That's funny. All right. I mean, it's a growth process, man. It's a growth. I mean, can you move away from the difficulties of hearts and all that mess back there? Can you start anew? Can you press restart? You might be able to, okay, with the Joker coming up in the light, little divine play. You know, there could be a way forward. I have to tell you, there could be a way forward in this situation. Look, Joker again in the light. What are the odds? Joker's wild. You're both Jokers. You're playing jokes on each other, but there can be an opportunity to reunite and heal this connection. I have to tell you, that is hilarious. Let me get this top card here. Oh, this is so sweet. Look at this. Deer of Delta. This is about gentleness, okay? You're both really activated. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just funny because you're being such a mirror for each other. You know what I'm saying? You both feel really sensitive. You both have a lot of tenderness here. 26, 8 energy, all right? May 26th may be a very important date for this connection. It may be when something really solidifies or you finally decide, like, yeah, let's really invest, let's work this out. This is something coming into alignment, and there's a lot of light around it. There's some tenderness coming forward here. I think people have been really hurt in this situation, so they've kind of been more shut down and guarded, right? You definitely need to have compassion in this situation for each other, because you might have gotten, sort of stirred up, I have to say, also by some people on the periphery that caused misunderstanding between you as well. So this is something that's sort of like coming in here. I do want to read Alana Fairchild's write-up on this. She's the one who designed this beautiful deck, but I feel like it's a good way to close it out. So your read's kind of closing with a little bit of a healing treatment for you, Virgo, but I think it's very fitting. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. There's tenderness in this situation. You both are activated, so try to take it slow. Don't do what you usually do, right? Okay, Deer of Delta, without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. Some things can only happen when we let go at the deepest inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knows it, to unlearn what one once knew, to be reborn. In that rebirth, a new understanding and vitality, clarity, and purpose can emerge. The shamanic realm is the realm of the delta brainwave, the state of deep sleep. Here, one is completely unconscious. There is temporary paralysis at this level, which allows for the deepest healing and renewal. Here, the gateway to the universal mind is entered, and the precious recalibrating treasures of healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our understanding. At 0 hertz to 4 hertz, delta waves are the slowest and most stabilizing of the brain waves. This is the state in which the body recovers from injury, and the brain has a chance to check off its list of deferred repairs and healing and restore optimal function. This includes the capacity to learn and the healthy functioning of the immune system, physically and also emotionally, so we are not contaminated or confused by the emotional or psychic workings of the world around us. This oracle brings guidance that the healing you need cannot come from logical sources, but requires a deep letting go and restructuring from within. Consider what practices and people could help facilitate this process in your life. Consider how you may value and encourage deep restorative sleep and regular retreats as part of your lifestyle. The Greek nymph Taygete called upon her beloved goddess Artemis to protect her from unwanted advances from a powerful suitor. In response, the goddess transformed Taygete into a doe so she would be safe from harm. Taygete teaches us that we can become vulnerable like the gentle deer in the spiritual sanctuary of our devotion, protected by a greater source. Then there is no need to become aggressive or harsh to defend ourselves from the aggression of another. We can let go and allow ourselves to be held. This is a way to ward off negativities without needing to disconnect from our softness and grace. Even if you are dealing with intense negativities from a particularly powerful opponent, Deer of Delta encourages you to call for spiritual intervention with complete confidence in the grace that will instantly and consistently be bestowed. Your strength and power can flow from your spiritual connection. If you have been advised to toughen up, you are encouraged to instead remain true to yourself and find your strength within. Yes, take your time. The healing will come in time, Virgo.